Dead Rising is one of those games that I grew up with. It was one of the few games I played on the Xbox 360 as a kid. And the only reason I did actually is because I do believe Case Zero, Dead Rising 2 Case Zero, was either free or it had a demo. So Case Zero was actually my very first introduction to the series and kind of really got me into that gameplay, that just the feel of it. And it was definitely different from other zombie games. The combat definitely felt different. But the other day, I was wondering what exactly happened to it. Apparently, according to the Wikipedia, there was actually a remaster done, I don't know, like what, not even a year ago. But I mean, if you're gonna ask me, I would say a remaster kind of gauges interest for the series, whether or not they should continue with it, and if the remaster does well, whether or not they will actually continue. Like, for example, with the Resident Evil games, with Silent Hill, the Silent Hill remaster. Okay, the Metal Gear Solid remaster, companies do it all the time. See if there's still interest in the game. See if it does well. If it doesn't do well, then they won't continue making them. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know there were actually three movies about this. That is crazy. Let's take a look. An investigation into the series by game journalist Liam Robertson revealed that a fifth game in the series, Dead Rising 5, was being developed at Capcom between 2016 and 18 for Windows and Xbox. The game was planned to be set between the events of Dead Rising 2 and 3, and would have focused on Chuck and Katie Green, who were caught in the middle of a zombie outbreak in a Mexican city during the Day of the Dead. The project entered early development alongside Dead Rising 4 and was cancelled when Capcom was closed. Very interesting. So that explains the little gap why we haven't really seen anything for a while, because this Capcom branch closed in 2018. But we're just now seeing the remaster, what, 6 years later? So it's not dead. I assumed it was, but it's kind of, it's just seeing what's happening. You know what I mean? And that's not the only remake either, according to this, 2011 to 2009. So, but I mean, yeah, there's 4 main entries. There's actually a lot more in this series, this franchise, than I thought there would be. Wow. So if we take a look at the reviews, the Dead Rising remaster actually did pretty good, apparently, but this is the first I'm really hearing about it. I guess it's still kind of a niche sort of thing. PlayStation gave it 4.4, Steam and The Gamer gave it 9 out of 10, so you know what I mean? I personally just know nothing about it. Critics are even giving it good reviews, but you know you really shouldn't listen to critics anyway. I know it's kind of their job to do it, but the audience and critics disagree so often that you really need to know just how often and how much they disagree. The hype is real. As a Dead Rising 2 fan, I'm ready to return. Even more hyped after seeing this. I'm also happy to see reviews mention some jank. It wouldn't be a remaster without jank. Now let's go to the actual store page. Recent reviews are mixed, but the rest of them are very positive. I wonder why they're mixed. I'm kind of mixed on this game. Based vanilla, it feels more like a side grade from the original. Better controls, better graphics, but censored, with a worse voice cast. However, with mods, this easily becomes the definite Dead Rising experience. Goofy fun game, but looks like a lot was removed from its original take. Hate to say it, but this really is about 100 times more playable and less jank. Also, ultra-wide works. My only gripe is the performance and crashes. Even after it's been out this long, there are still issues. Interesting. Pre-ordered this game, I absolutely loved it when it came out originally on the 360, played it all the way through, but this release is plagued with performance issues. Can't move around without the game stuttering when it loads something new. Huge stutters every other second. I played the original Dead Rising game religiously way back in the day. I think this is the definitive version everyone should play. The game runs well. I'm about halfway through the main story, and have not experienced any slowdowns, glitches, crashes, or basically anything bad. Frame rates seem to be smooth. I have not noticed any stuttering. Basically, from my experience, this is a well-made game. It looks good, runs well, and is tons of fun to play, with sharp controls. The pacing of the game, like the original, can be a little bit hectic. There are multiple endings. The difficulty is perhaps being reduced slightly. Survivors you have to rescue and drag back to base are much more intelligent, and I found that once they join me, for the most part, I can just run to the next load zone and wait for them to catch up. Some of the textures or artwork seems to be really obviously AI generated or upscaled. That is interesting. Hopefully that's nothing bad, kind of a red flag. There are a few pieces of signage that are worded badly, and a lot of the banners just feel like they have been done with AI. Little things like capitalization of certain words, and not others, that sort of thing. again, the controls and movement are sharp. A fairly solid remake. Had high hopes for it. So yeah, I mean, if you look at this, the most of the reviews are very positive, but I imagine, I don't know, maybe there just hasn't been an update recently. Maybe they've just neglected it for recent reviews to be mixed on this. That's very interesting. They're brave, only releasing a 30-second little teaser here. Oh, so apparently this is actually just a remaster of the very first game. Okay, so if this does well, which it appears to have done, the franchise might be open to more remasters again, like the Silent Hill series. Like somehow the Modern Warfare's did this too. I mean, hey, if this does well, which it looks like it has, then maybe there's room for more Dead Island games in the future.